Wait, can you say it?
Campanile.
Coach, just describe your experience so far since taking the
Just
job.
been awesome. You know, working with Coach Brown, Coach Harbaugh, been fantastic. The kids here, you know, not only are they phenomenal athletes, but they're phenomenal kids. And I honestly, I couldn't have had a better experience in these first few months. It's really fun because Chris Partridge and I know each other from way back. You know, we went to high school together. Ben McDaniels and I worked together at Rutgers before, so it's just been a lot of fun seeing some old friends and meeting some new people, and everybody's been great here.
How much did you know about Michigan, and how much did you know about Harbaugh?
Whole lot. I mean, I was a football maniac when I was a little kid. You know, come from a football family, so you know, Michigan. I think everybody grows up pretending they're playing at Michigan in their backyard when they're a little kid. I know I did. Everybody in our house did. So certainly very familiar with, you know, the things that are important here, the history here, and certainly Coach Harbaugh. You know, the opportunity to coach for him and be around him. I'd be lying to you if I told you that that wasn't a huge part of why I wanted to be here. Getting to meet him when I interviewed, I felt really, really comfortable because I felt we were very like-minded. You know, I think he loves his players, loves his family. Those things are important to me. They're important to him, and that's the type of place I want to be. So.
Were you surprised when you first got that phone call?
That's a great question. Surprised? I don't know. I was very excited. I was, you know, fired up for the opportunity to come out here and see everything. And you know, obviously you hear a ton about Michigan all through your life growing up if you're a football fan, and then having some friends here. You know, I probably had some knowledge of the inner workings and how many great people were here. And so yeah, excited is really the word I would use more than anything. Definitely.
Was it difficult at all leaving the East Coast?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really difficult. More so leaving guys that you love coaching. You know, I think anytime you move in coaching, it's hard. I think, you know, I think if it isn't hard when you leave coaching, you're probably in the wrong business. You know, I've been really fortunate to coach a lot of kids who, you know, I love like family. You know, my children feel that way about them. My wife feels that way about them. So that's the hardest part. Leaving the East Coast, leaving some of the pizza, that's hard for me. But no, I mean, everything's been great here. You know, that's it. You know, got family there, and they'll get out here and check out games. So yeah, not all that hard. Just you know, moving on and not getting the opportunity to coach your players anymore. That's always hard.
How much flexibility does Don give you,
Don,
Brown?
I kind of said this to a couple people. The amazing thing about Coach Brown is he has like no ego. He's really somebody who takes it all in the room, takes in input, you know, asks guys their opinion, their questions, and he's got an awesome mentality. He's got an awesome personality. I think that's why players gravitate to him. I think that's why guys like coaching with him. He's really just a great dude. He's a great human being. He's awesome guy to be around because he's intense. He's got a ton of energy, a ton of knowledge. He's a great guy. I've really, really enjoyed being around him, and hopefully I answered your question well enough. But yeah, I think everybody has an input in the room, and you know, at the end of the day, when Coach Brown makes a decision of what we're going to do, we're going to go do it 1,000 miles an hour.
Well, you East Coast guys are sort of taking over the defense. So.
I guess, yeah. I guess so, yeah. And, there's definitely an East Coast mentality there, I guess you could say. I don't know. There's a bunch of us in there, so that's been cool. A lot of like-minded personalities, for sure.
Is there an East Coast mentality? I mean, it's not like it's a hotbed for college football.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's not the right way to say it. I don't know. But Coach Brown is an aggressive personality. I feel that way. You know, I have an aggressive personality. I coach that way. He coaches that way. Coach Zordich coaches that way. Chris Partridge coaches that way. Sean Newell coaches that way. So I think Coach Brown and Coach Harbaugh have made it a point to bring people in who have similar mindset when it comes to coaching. Love your players, be a great teammate in the room with the staff, and go coach with your hair on fire when we get out in between the lines. So.
You have been listening to Don a lot, right?
Without a doubt, yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt, yeah. I mean, I think that's like you said. He asked earlier. Somebody asked earlier. What's my experience been like? I feel like I'm home. Everybody's like the people I grew up with. They're tough guys. They love their players. Great people. I mean, you can't ask for a better situation. It's been a lot of fun. So,
is there anything to the transition, having come from where, you know, you succeeded Don Brown at Boston College and then you come and coach with him? Like,
yeah, I think just that we coached a lot of the same players. And, you know, players talk, and everybody has such a high opinion of Coach Brown. So I was really excited to get the opportunity to work with him because, you know, when players talk and they kind of talk about their experience, I think they felt very positive about their time with him. You know, his system, I had a pretty good ground-based knowledge of coming in here, and I think that made it a little bit easier. It wasn't like a wholesale change for me. You know, kind of had a pretty good understanding of what Coach has done and why he's had the success that he's had. So that's been good. That's been advantageous for sure.
So do your responsibilities lie with the linebackers, or are you all over the place?
Yeah, you know, the thing about Don's system is so cool. You coach so many different things, you know, in different packages. You're coaching different things. So primarily, yes, you know, with the Sam's Vipers, but Coach has given me the leeway to coach a couple different spots, and that's been a lot of fun. So it's been cool because the great thing about what Coach does is he gets guys an opportunity to get out on the field and have success by doing what they're good at, you know, and that's been a lot of fun to watch too and be a part of.
What are some of your early impressions on the personnel you have, guys you're working with?
They're good. Those are some of my early impressions. But, you know, getting a chance to work with some of the guys has been awesome. I think Khalid Hudson is a really talented kid, very humble guy, hardworking guy. I mean, he practices like a maniac, which is really, really impressive. Josh Uche is a guy like that. You know, I had the opportunity to be around him a bunch. Coach him, he's been awesome. Those guys are football, you know, junkies. They'll come in and they love to talk ball, whether it's pass rush, coverage, whatever, you know, the run game. They just want to be great. And there's a myriad of other guys like that. I think, you know, we have some young guys that have really come on here in the spring. In 2 practices have jumped out. And that's been fun to see. And like I said, Coach Brown gives those guys opportunities to do that, you know, to have success early and build confidence. So it's been a lot of fun.
Uche, is he solely at Sam, or is he working with the defensive line at all?
Josh has been, you know, kind of doing a bunch of things, kind of similar to how he was last year. And he's just kind of a jack of all trades. I think he's got a ton of talent, ton of ability. You know, he's really one of the few guys I've been around in college football who, as you know, can rush the passer, can play coverage, you know, fit as a linebacker. He's a really talented guy. So he's a guy that obviously has had some success here, and hopefully he can continue to do that. I think he will.
How can you build on that success?
I just think doing what he's doing. You know, he's a guy that stays after, you know, studies extra. There's no secret. Honestly, there's no secret to that. There's no secret formula. It's hard work. And you have to have guys like, it's great to have talented players, but you have to have guys that love working hard. And when people ask me, you know, what jumps out to you, that jumps out to me. We got guys that love football. They love working hard. They love competing, you know, breaking a sweat, getting in there, doing extra film work, learning from the coaches, asking questions. You know, no job's too small type of guys. So I feel like we have so many guys like that, and that's what I think is going to help him continue to progress as a player, and that's why I think he's a special player.
Imagine you're familiar with Ben Mason. He's another East Coast guy.
Absolutely.
How can he do both? I mean, Jim's in here saying he's going to play like, you know, 15 different positions.
Yeah, he's same way. I mean, he's a football. He's the type of dude you love to coach. I mean, he just loves football. He's a great teammate. You know, he wants to be great at whatever he does, and I think, you know, that you can often find that in the way guys play special teams, because on special teams you have to have. Oftentimes you have to have both skill sets. You know, be an offensive player whether you're blocking or carrying the ball, and a defensive player where you're running down a kickoff or punt, you know, whatever it may be. So he's a guy who's had a lot of success on special teams, and I think those guys are usually more apt to do that. And again, it goes back to your personality. He practices like an animal. He works out like an animal. And you know, if anybody can do it, a guy like that can do it. And we really, really are excited about him, for real, for sure.
What was Chris Partridge like as a youngster?
You know, good dude. We've known each other a long time. Probably known Chris since I'm like 13. So, you know, we go way back. Just always competitive, you know. Always a guy who you know, loved to lead his teammates, do the right thing, work really hard. And I think that that's probably why he's had a ton of success, you know, at every level, and obviously has had success here. Like I said, you know, about the players, there's no secret. Guys that work hard, guys that do things, are willing to go the extra mile and do the extra work are always going to be successful. And I feel like Coach Harbaugh has built a staff of people, just like I said in my short time here, being around people, that I'm really, really impressed by the guys here. And I love that about this place. Like, I love that you can come into the office all hours of the night and there's guys working on ball, and, you know, whether it's early in the morning or late at night, they love it.
How different are the players? I mean, Don had the #1 defense at BC, so
Yeah.
I mean, and he obviously did it here. But
Sure.
how different are the players, the talent level?
No, I think at Boston College we were really fortunate. We had a lot of great players there. I think there was a bunch of guys in the combine this year again. You know, so I mean, it often comes back to the guys that you have, are they willing to do the work? And I feel like at both places, I've been really fortunate. The guys here are awesome. They love doing the work, and the guys there were tireless workers as well. So just similar personalities as kids, and, you know, each team is always different every year, you know, just the talent level. So I've been fortunate to coach a lot of great players there, and feel fortunate right now. I'm coaching some really good players, so I feel lucky.
When you played football as a kid and you thought, you know, playing as Michigan, was there a player you emulated, you wanted to be?
It's funny, we were just talking about that Tim Biakabatuka picture over there. I guess if I remember correctly, it was 1995, right? I think, you know, that game, I remember watching that game with all my brothers and all that, you know. Yeah, just everybody, you know, I mean, just you watch college football on Saturdays or whatever it was, or, you know, if your high school games on Friday night, college football on Saturdays, and those are the games and the players you always think about growing up and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, everybody. It's just I've kind of followed Michigan for quite a while, so that's been cool. A lot of guys, I guess, when I was little, you know, there's a lot of backyard football games in the Campanile house. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of guys, I guess.
You guys have anything else for Anthony? You have a